Hello, this is Traveling with Idiots, the short bus, episode 2. How old is this Earth? Now, before we go anywhere, there is absolutely no reason to believe that it's under 10,000 years old. But the Bible says a lot of stuff. And frankly, yeah. But what can we know for sure? We know the universe is 14 point something billion years old. I don't know the exact measurement, but it's not really important. We know this because that's how far we can see back in time before we hit the. Well, there's a point where the universe is opaque, and we can see back to that point, which is 14 billion light years away. Because we can see that, we know that the universe is at least that old. Therefore, we can already get rid of, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth on the first day. Because, that's way more than 10,000 years ago. 14 billion, 10,000. Way different. But let's say that's not good enough for you. Let's say you subscribe that, I don't know, the whole universe, our solar system actually acts like a solar lens, so that what we're actually seeing is Earth reflected back in time due to gravitational lensing. I don't know. I'm making this stuff up as I go. But even that can be contradicted. We know that the sun is at least a second generation, maybe a third generation star. Now, how do we know this? Because of heavier elements being in our solar system. Uranium, gold. All those material require supernova. So that means that our sun had to have at least started 4 billion years after the formation of the universe. But we have a problem, mister. How do we know that's how old the sun is? How do we know at what rate it burns and what it's burning? Well, we know some stuff about nuclear radiation. We know that certain materials fuse together at certain temperatures, and we can tell the temperature of the sun by the light that it gives off. So we can tell by doing some math how long it takes for the sun to burn up X amount of hydrogen and start burning helium, X amount of helium to start burning other fuels. And I say burning, but it's actually fusing. But again, so we can tell the age of the sun by how old the materials are in the sun. And since the sun was created on the third day, that means we know that the earth, according to the Bible, is more than 4.5 billion years old. Thank you very much. But, that's not going to be enough proof. You want more. How about radiation? We have uranium on Earth that's half depleted. The radioactive half-life for uranium is 4.5 billion years. Thusly, we know that the Earth is 4.5 billion years old at least. Because that's how long it takes radiation to decay into that. But how do we know the rate of radiation decay? Well, we can measure it on other atomic structure that has a much shorter atomic half-life. And by verifying it, we can decipher how much uranium is burnt at a certain amount of time. Decays, not burned, sorry. And thus we know how long a material takes to decay. Let's see, what other ways do we know how old the Earth is? Position in the galaxy, maybe. We can note how the well, that doesn't really help us there. That ain't important. Well, how about the shift of the magnetic poles? We know that happens every 10,000 or so years. And we know we've had several. We know that we've had several ice ages by drilling through Antarctic areas and seeing the snow precipitation thingy. We know that some of the oldest trees are 4,000 years old. So yeah, I think I've given plenty of evidence why the Earth is older than 10,000 years old. But let's recap. The universe, 14 billion years old, because that's how far we can see before we hit the OPEC level. The sun is at least a second generation sun because we have gold and uranium, which cannot be formed naturally from a star, only by the explosion of a supernova. Point number 3, the sun is 4.5 billion years old because we can tell due to what material it is currently burning. Point 5, the earth is at least 4.5 billion years old because that is what the radiometric dating points to. And number 5, the earth is more than 10,000 years old because we notice magnetic changes and not global warming, but ice ages that predate 10,000 years old. Thank you for your time. This is eBilly99, traveling with idiots on the short bus, part 2. This is eBilly signing out.